jet streams. So what are jet streams? Like the jet are there. So these are very narrow streams of air. For example, if this is the Earth, these are very narrow jet of air. That is very narrow stream of air flowing. Okay. One is around 60 degrees, that is polar jet stream, and one is around 30 degrees, that is subtropical jet stream. We are having two jet streams in northern hemisphere. One is the polar jet stream, other is the subtropical jet stream. These flows from west towards east. So these are is westerly jet streams. These are westerly jet stream. These air are westerly jet stream. One is around 60 degrees, other is around 30 degrees. Okay, and they flows in a meandering pattern. Like you have seen the meanders, the rivers flow in meanders. That's the similar fashion. These winds as well flow. Okay, and why these flow in meander fashion, that we'll discuss afterwards. Okay, so today we'll be discussing the jet streams. They are a stream of air. Like the river flows, they are like a river. They are flowing, and these winds are quite fast as later in relation to the other surrounding winds. These speeds may be around 90 kilometers per hour, or they may exceed up to 400 kilometers per hour as well. These speeds in jet streams. Okay. So what are the causes of these jet stream? See here. First, these three cells we have discussed: headless cell, polar cell, ferrule cell. These three cells are there. So these three cells are generated because of differential heating of the earth, and because of rotation of the earth, that is Coriolis force, these three cells are generated. Okay, if there would have been no rotation, the cell would be only one rotation. That is because of differential heating, insolation. Because of insolation, only one cell would have been generated. But because of rotation of the earth, Coriolis effect as well comes into play, and because of that, we are having three cells. Okay, now because of this, so reason for cause for the jet streams is there are two causes. First is the insolation, that is differential heating from the sun of the earth. Differential heating of the earth. Second is the rotation of the earth. Okay, second is rotation of the earth. Because of that, Coriolis effect comes into play. So because of Coriolis effect and the differential heating of the earth, the jet streams are formed. Okay, on some other planets where there is no heating from the sun, there the internal heating may give rise to the jet streams. Okay, now see how these are formed. So first we'll be discussing around 30 degrees. Jet stream formed around 30 degrees. This is called as subtropical jet stream. So jet stream that is formed around here, and these are formed in upper atmosphere. Upper atmosphere means near the tropopause. Near the tropopause, this jet stream is formed near the tropopause. So one jet stream is formed here. Here, it means one jet stream is flowing from here on the Earth's surface, on near the tropopause. It is flowing near the tropopause in the meandering fashion. Okay. So how this is formed? Now see here, on the equator, most of the heat is concentrated on the equator. So air get heated, low pressure, air rises. In the upper atmosphere, it is getting cooled. It moves towards the pole. It moves towards the poles. So this air moving towards the pole. Okay, this will be hot and humid as relative to this air. The air which is moving from poles towards the equator. In the upper atmosphere, I'm talking. Now we'll be discussing the air movement in upper atmosphere only. So this air, it's hot and humid as compared to this air. So this air will be light, it will be less dense. This air will be less dense as compared to this air. So it will be hot and less dense. This will be cold and more dense. Okay, this is cold and dense. This is hot and less dense. So there is a difference in density, and because of difference in density, what will be in play? Pressure gradient will be there. So air from low density, air from low pressure moves towards the high pressure. Okay, now see what will happen here. As these two airs meet, okay, rather than air flowing from low pressure to high pressure, they are diverted in this fashion. Okay. So how the air will get diverted? These two airs meet, so low and dense, and these two airs move along the boundary now. Not from here to here, but they move now along the boundary. They rush into each other, and because of Coriolis effect, they are deflected towards right. So they move in this fashion. These air rush here, they meet each other, and they move along the boundary of each other like this. So these winds form a jet stream. They are clubbed here and moves in this fashion. Have you understood this one? Subtropical jet stream.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So what is jet stream?
Okay, jet streams here. Stream is there. Like you have seen, rivers are there. A stream is small part of the river flowing. That is the stream. Here we call jet streams because they are at a very high speed. Very narrow jet, like a tube, you know. So it is flowing like a tube. So air is flowing like this. So surrounding
Okay,
air,
sir.
less speed, but here these two airs meet and like a jet, like you can see this shape in this, the air is flowing. So this is very fast air flowing. Okay, here it is formed. If you cut the cross section, this it will be look like this. So this air is very fast flowing. It may have the speed of around 90 kilometers per hour, or sometimes it is have been measured as well for around 400 kilometers per hour. So this speed is very fast. Okay, and it is moving in western, from west to east. So these are westerly jet streams. These are westerly jet streams. Now see here. Here the hot end less dense, cold and more dense. These airs are there. Now see one more thing here. These airs as they move, okay, how they are in this fashion. There are two forces. One is the gravitational force. Because of the weight of this air, it is being pulled downward. And there is one more buoyancy force. Depending on the density, the buoyancy force will vary. Depending on the density, buoyancy force will vary. So when this air is flowing in this fashion, okay, wherever the buoyancy force is more, upward force, it will move up. And wherever the buoyancy force is less and gravitation force is more, it will move down. So it is in meandering fashion, wave-like structure. So it will move in a wave-like structure. Understood? And it may be
Okay,
possible
sir.
as well these winds may bifurcate into two streams or more streams. They may bifurcate and may join again. Okay, understood these winds? This is subtropical jet stream. Okay, and these speeds, subtropical jet streams, their speed is much less as compared to the polar jet streams. They are very fast. Okay, their speeds are around 40 or 45 or something like that. Here we have more fast ones. Okay, so one jet stream is clear. Now see the second jet streams. So wherever these cells meet in the upper atmosphere, jet streams are formed. Okay, wherever these cells meet here, this cell and this cell, headless cell and the ferrule cell meet, we have the jet stream. Okay, winds meet, and because of rotation of the Earth, Coriolis force is there. So rather than moving this direction, they are diverted here. Okay. Now see the second one here. Here as well, jet streams are formed. Now see here. Here what happens? These winds are hot and less dense as compared to these winds. These are very cold and dense wind. Very cold and dense wind moving from the poles towards the equator. And these winds are moving towards the pole. These are hot and less dense. These are very cold and dense winds. So what will happen when they strike each other? They are striking here. At this place they are striking. So what happens? Cold and dense here, that will move downward. Whereas hot and dense will rise above it. Understood? These are hot and less dense as compared to these winds. So whenever they meet, what will happen? They are meeting here. So this air, cold and it will move downward, and less dense and hot air will rise. You can see here they are rising above the cold and more dense winds. This is how these are there. So hot and less dense moves up, cold and it remains under the hot and less dense air. Okay. Now see here, as these airs meet, what will happen? These winds, they will, because of Coriolis effect, they will move eastward because of Coriolis effect. These hot and less dense, they will move eastward, and these winds, they will move westward. Understood? These winds move westward, and these winds move eastward, and resultant direction will be eastward because these winds are more fast flowing. Okay, now see it again. These winds are hot and dry, hot and less dense. These are cold and more dense. So a pressure gradient is there, low pressure, high pressure. So pressure gradient is there. So please switch off the camera so that video will be available in full screen. Okay. So okay, 1 minute. These are hot and less dense. These are cold and more dense. So pressure gradient is already there. So wind must flow from low pressure to high pressure. But because of Coriolis effect, what happens? These winds, rather flowing into each other, they are moving along the boundary. They move along the boundary. Again, so these winds will be diverted towards east, and these winds will be diverted towards west. But the resultant direction will be eastward. So resultant direction eastward. These are flowing from west to east. So these are as well westerly winds. Both the jet streams are westerly winds. That is, they are coming from the west. And these winds, on these winds, mainly the Coriolis effect and the pressure gradient act. So difference in these two will make the winds to move in wave-like structure. That is meandering pattern. So here it was the buoyancy force and the gravitational force. Here is the pressure gradient force and the Coriolis force, Coriolis effect. Okay, and because of that, it moves in a wave-like structure, meandering fashion. Okay, so now these winds are very fast flowing winds. So see how we can use these winds. Mainly we use the polar jet streams in navigation. We use for airplanes and all. So how we use? So when any flight has to move from west towards east, so what we will flow into these jet streams. As the airplane enters these jet streams, the velocity of the plane will be increased. And so earlier, if we cover a distance in 18 hours, we may cover it in within 12 hours. So we can use these for flights. But for flowing back, for traveling back, we can't use because speed will be reduced because air is flowing in opposite direction to the flight. So coming back, we'll use the great circle route. Okay. So jet streams are clear. Any doubt you have in jet streams?
No, sir.
Okay, so now we'll be discussing El Nino. Okay. So for that, once open the chapter 10, page number. Okay, page number 90. 91. Page number 91. Open the page number 91 once. Okay, everyone opened. Now see the South Pacific Ocean. South Pacific Ocean, South America we have. So you can see the Peru current. Peru current, it's a cold current. Okay. And here on the right side, see here the equatorial current, South equatorial current. Okay. So for example, here we have the South America. Okay, I've drawn much here. 1 minute. Okay. This is South America, okay? Chile and all here, okay? And here we have the Indonesia, China, and Indonesia, for example, Indonesia is there. Okay, Indonesia, Australia somewhere here, Australia here. Okay, this is our South Pacific Ocean. Okay, this is our South Pacific Ocean. So equator passes somewhere here. Okay, Indonesia will run a little bit lower. Here we have the Indonesia and all, and here China. Okay. So what will happen? This is the equatorial current, south equatorial current, and here we have the counter equatorial current. South equatorial current, it is hot current, it is warm current, warm current. Then we have the west wind, drift here, and 1 minute, west wind, and we have the Peru current. Okay. So in normal condition, what happens? See here, hot water flows towards the poles, flows towards the poles. So hot water, south equatorial current, then the west wind drift. This is the cold current, and Peru current is the cold current. So cold current, it is bringing water from the polar regions towards the equatorial region. So what will be here? Here we will be having cold water. Cold water is dense. It is cold, and air above it will get cold because of the cold current. So air above the Peru current will be cold. So here we have the cold air, dense air. So here we'll be having high pressure. High pressure will develop here. So on the east coast of the South Pacific Ocean, east coast, this is the east coast of the South Pacific Ocean, we are having high pressure. And what will be having here? Here it is the hot waters. Hot water, so air above will be hot, less dense, low pressure. Okay, low pressure. So what will happen? High pressure here, low pressure here in the Indonesia. Here we have the low pressure developed. So here low pressure develops, here high pressure develops. Now pressure gradient is there. So how the air will flow? High pressure towards the low pressure. So see here what will happen? Here air get heated, low pressure is there. Warm air, less dense, it rises up. So air here will rise. It will rise. It will rise in the atmosphere. Air. Warm air, it rises, get cold, and it moves here. And air from high pressure will move towards low pressure. It will move towards low pressure. So air is moving towards Indonesia. It rises up. It gets warmed here. Rises up. Here rainfall take place. Here rainfall will be there. Conventional rainfall. Air get cooled and rainfall happens. And now this air moves. Here air descends. This is descending air, and descending air is cold and dry. Therefore, no rainfall here. No rainfall will be there. And here we have the Chile. Atacama Desert is here. So in Atacama Desert it will be dry and cold. It will be dry and cold because air is descending here. Descending air is cold and dry. Descending air, so no rainfall will be there. Now, again high pressure, low pressure. So winds, there is one circulation. Wind blowing from high pressure to low pressure, pressure gradient. Now it rises, it warms here, rises, and again here rainfall happens. So Indonesia, India, we will be having the rainfall. Because of low pressure, we will be having the rainfall. Okay, this affects the monsoon as well. Okay, how we'll be discussing that one. So low pressure here, low pressure develops here. As low pressure develops here, monsoon is the winds from the Arabian Sea. It will be more attracted. Okay, we'll be discussing that one. If here is low pressure more winds will be attracted, and we'll be having strong monsoon. If okay, this is the normal condition. This is called as normal condition. This is called as La Nina. This is normal condition. This is normal condition. Okay. Now see here. Sometimes what happens? The things reverses here. That is, it happens within 3 to 7 or 8 years. Once in 3 to 7 or 8 years, it happens. Ferrocurrent is there. It's a cold current. Now, condition reverses here. That is, hot water starts to flow in this direction. So, ferrocurrent, this cold current weakens. It will be weak current. Now, not that cold. So, this region, it will have a low pressure. It will be having a low pressure because now not much strong cold current is flowing. Not much strong current, cold current is flowing. Okay. Now here we have the low pressure, and here high pressure develops. Here high pressure develops. Condition reverses. So high pressure develops. Now this time, what will happen? Winds will be flowing from high pressure, black I use, high pressure towards low pressure. Here the wind rises. Wind will get warmed, it will rise, take the moisture, and rainfall will be there. So in Atacama Desert, we may have the rainfall. A little rainfall may take place here on the western coast of South America. Now this rises get cooled, it moves here. Now here the air is descending. Air is descending here. So here we'll be having the no rainfall will take place. And if high pressure develops here, so winds from the Arabian Sea won't be attracted that strong in India, and we'll be having a weak monsoon. Okay, this is called as El Nino. Okay, reversal of the normal condition. Okay, understood. So low pressure develops here. Here we have the high pressure. So air will be having the little rainfall here, and here no rainfall will be there. And forest fires may take place. Okay. This is clear. So during summers, forest fires may take place in Indonesia, and very less rainfall or no rainfall will take place. Understood now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you search on net, there will be a little bit more complex phenomena will be there. That is low pressure developing somewhere in between in the South Pacific Ocean. So air will be moving in two cells like this and here. So low pressure develops here in South Pacific Ocean. Okay. Something like this you'll be getting. This is a little bit more complex is there, but in simplified manner I've told. Okay. Low pressure mainly develops somewhere in Central or somewhere in South Pacific Ocean. Okay. So jet streams, El Nino we have discussed. Okay, land breeze, sea breeze we have to discuss. So these now we'll be discussing local winds. In that, periodic winds we'll be discussing. Local winds they are limited to some locality. That is, to some particular region they are limited. So local winds are created mainly because of temperature. At what local place there is what is the variation in temperature, moisture, that is humidity, and next is the pressure. So how these three things, how these three parameters vary, it may develop, it may give rise to the local winds. Okay, and depending on the topography as well. Okay, like what kind of structures are there, they as well deflect the winds. Okay, like the mountains is there, little hill is there, that as well deflect the winds, and a local winds may be created. So first we'll be discussing land and sea bridge. Time is 10. Land bridge, sea bridge. Land bridge means bridge coming from the land. Sea bridge means bridge coming from the sea. That is winds coming from the land, winds coming from the sea. Okay. So here we have the land and sea. Okay, land and any water bodies we may be having. So mainly land breeze will happen during day or night. During day or night it will happen. If you don't
D.
know, okay, that's fine. If, for example, we don't know whether it is happening during day or night. So see here, winds has to flow, land breeze means air has to flow from land. So air has to flow from land. That means here will be high pressure and here will be low pressure. And high pressure when take place, it means land has to be cold and land will be cold during night. During night. So we are having moon. Okay. So you can get from the name when it happens. Now see what happens. During night, land breeze happens. Okay. And sea breeze, it will happen during day. As well we can see. Okay. Land and the sea we have. So this time wind has to flow from sea. Wind has to blow from sea. It means here it has to be high pressure and here low pressure. That means land has to be heated more. Land has to be heated more. And it will happen during day. So now see here, during day what happens? During day, land as well water get heated. As well, land and water will get heated. And we already discussed land get heated faster as compared to sea. Differential heating of the land and sea we have discussed. Land and water we have discussed already. So land get heated faster as compared to sea. So as land get heated more faster, so what will happen? Air above the land, it will get heated because land will radiate the energy and air above will get heated. It will get heated, it will become less dense, it will expand, it will become less dense. So low pressure will develop. Okay. And what about here? Sea is cooler as compared to the land. So here the air above it will be cooler as compared to the land. So here we have the high pressure. This air will be dense and cold as compared to this air. Okay. So pressure gradient is there. So air will move from high pressure towards low pressure. And this warm air, as air get warm, it will rise. Okay. Now in upper atmosphere it get cold and it moves. And this is how circulation continues. So what kind of wind will be moving? Moist winds will be moving here on the land, towards the land. And here we may have the rainfall. On the land, we may have the rainfall. So these winds take the moisture from the sea, move towards the land. These are cool and moist winds. So we have maritime climate here. And when these winds rises, we may have the rain. The winds rises, the warm and moist winds rises, they get cold in the upper atmosphere, reaches the dew point, and clouds are formed and they precipitate. Precipitation happens in the form of rainfall. And these winds, this is how the circulation will continue. This is sea breeze. That is air coming from the sea. Okay. Now at night, what happens? Land and water, that will be cooling. Both will be cooled, but land get heated faster as well cools faster. Okay. So land will be cooled faster as compared to the sea. So here air above it will be cold as compared to the air above here. So here we have less dense air and here we have dense air. Here we have less dense air. So less dense air will rise and in that place high dense air, that is air from the land, will move towards the sea. And it rises and here we may have the rainfall in sea. And here we have the descending air. No rainfall will take place. Okay. So this is how circulation will take place. Land breeze. Land breeze are offshore winds moving away from the shore. They are moving towards the shore, towards the land.
Excuse me,
They
sir.
are onshore winds. Yes.
Sir, can you again explain that circulation cycle of the land breeze?
Okay, land breeze, see here. Land and water are there. So at night, what will happen? Both will be cooled. Which will cool more faster? The land will get cooled
Land.
faster. Land get cooled faster. So air above it will be cold. Okay. And
Yes,
air,
sir.
so high pressure will develop here. Dense air, high pressure. What about here? See here. Here it is warm as compared to the land. So it will be less dense as compared to the as compared to the land. So air above here, we have the low pressure as compared to here. So air flows from high pressure towards the low pressure. Air will flow, this rises, it moves, and this is how the circulation will continue. Okay, so this is descending air. So no rainfall will take place here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And in those three steps we have discussed, where are the descending air? In the subtropics, air descends. So most of the deserts we have in the subtropics, that is around 30 degrees. Most of the deserts are around 30 degrees in the world. And that too on the west coast. Descending air, no rainfall. Okay, land breeze and sea breeze are clear. Now see here. These are diurnal, that is during day and night. Diurnal they are, that is during day and night. They are periodic winds. During day, sea breeze is there. And during night, land breeze is there. So see how these winds can be used by fishermen. If they have to go for fishing. During night, they will leave for fishing, and these winds will help. Land breeze will help. And during afternoon, they will return back. Sea breeze will help them. Understood? During night, they will leave for the fishing, and during afternoon, they can return back. So during night, land breeze will help them to move towards in the sea, away from the land. And during night, when returning back, the sea breeze will help them to return back to the land. Understood? Okay, this is diurnal. That is during day and night. It happens. These are periodic winds. For a particular period, they flow. Now we discuss the monsoon winds. Monsoon winds are as well periodic winds. If we do this sea breeze on large scale, that will be the monsoon winds. Sea breeze and land breeze on the monsoon. These are. Okay. Person, keep yourself muted. Okay. Okay. So land breeze and sea breeze on the large scale, these are the monsoon winds. Okay. Summer monsoon and the winter monsoon we have. So they are extended to few months. That is June, July, August. We have the monsoon winds. So see how the monsoon winds are formed. So here we have the equator, 0 degree. Okay. This is the equator, and we will discuss the trade winds. These are which winds? Northeast trade winds. Okay. These are southeast trade winds. Okay. They converge at the equator. They converge at the equator. Okay. And this, wherever they converge, that zone is called as intertropical convergence zone. That zone is called as intertropical convergence zones. Or this zone is called as thermal equator as well. Why thermal equator? Because this equator, this zone shifts. This zone shifts as per the shifting position of the sun. We have seen that one. During summer, this shifts in the northern hemisphere towards the North Pole. And during winter, it shifts in the southern hemisphere. So it follows the sun. This thermal equator follows the sun. So during summer, what happens? Now see here, during summer, this will be shifting in the northern hemisphere. This zone may shift 10 degrees, or sometimes it shifts around 20 degrees as well. So Indian subcontinent shifts around 20 degrees. So what happens here? Here we have the India. Okay. This zone has shifted now. Equatorial low pressure belt, this is. Now this shifts during summer, that is in June, it shifts around here, around 20 degrees. So here we have the ITCZ. This is thermal equator. This has shifted whole by 20 degrees. Somewhere it shifts by 10 degrees, somewhere 5 degrees. So depending on the configuration of land and sea, this shift varies. Okay. So here we have the low pressure, equatorial, tropical, low pressure belt. Okay. So what happens to the winds? Here we have the southeast winds. Okay. Southeast winds we are having. Now, as they crosses the equator, as well, southeast winds are flowing. So as they crosses the equator, they will be diverted in this direction because of Coriolis effect. These southeast winds become southwest trade winds.
Time.
Here we have Australia. Okay, so see here what happens. These winds are flowing. Southeast trade winds were there. See here, southeast trade winds were there earlier 1 year. Now this zone shifts here. So these winds, after crossing the equator, because of Coriolis effect, their direction changes to southwest trade winds. It changes to southwest. Understood this one? Because ITCZ has shifted here. The thermal equator, the equatorial low pressure belt has shifted here. Now these winds shifts as they passes the equator. So southeast winds, trade winds, they have become now southwest trade winds, and they will be blowing towards low pressure. Here we have somewhere here high pressure. So they will be blowing towards low pressure. That is in the Tibetan and
Excuse me,
there.
sir.
Yes.
Sir, how does ITCZ move?
How it moves? It follows the sun. So see here, during June, the sun will be overhead near the tropics. Near the Tropic of Cancer, it will be overhead in June. So most of the heat, that portion will be get heated, direct sunlight, overhead sun will be there. So this will be heated most. So here the low pressure will develop. Here the low pressure will develop. Okay, during March and September, low pressure will develop on the equator because sun is overhead in March and September here. In December, the sun is overhead on 23rd December, it will be overhead on Tropic of Capricorn. So this ITCZ will shift in the southern hemisphere, but it shifts less in southern hemisphere because mostly the southern hemisphere is water, very less land. But in northern hemisphere, we have more land, and land get heated more faster as compared to
time out.
Okay, 1 minute only I will take. Okay, so low pressure develops here. So these winds as they blow over the ocean, they take the moisture, and now as they reach the Indian subcontinent, they shed the moisture here, rainfall happens. So here Western Ghats, we have the rainfall here. These winds blow here, we have the Himalayas. Here they strike, and here we have the rainfall. Okay, these are the monsoon winds.
Thank you,
Now
sir.
see here, 1 minute only more. So during winter, what happens? During winter, in December, these shifts will be here. Okay, so now, okay, we'll see you next lecture. Winter
Thank
monsoon
you,
will see
sir.
next.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
thank you. Thank you all. Okay, today at 12:10 we'll be discussing the project work. Okay, thank you.